Welcome to WCrypto.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to WCrypto. In the last video, I talked about how Bitcoin has been moving almost perfectly in sync with the SPX, and that connection continues to be incredibly useful. By watching volatility on the traditional market side, I was able to open, close, and reopen positions in a way that honestly feels almost unfair at moments. The SPX and the Russell often reveal Bitcoin's next direction before the move even begins. My first entry was around 86.3 thousand. I then reduced exposure near 87.8 thousand, basically sprinting out of the trade like a roach escaping the light the moment conditions flipped. After scaling back in, the average shifted to about 87.4 thousand, where I exited again at break even. When price dipped toward 86,000, I began watching for the next setup. Inside the free Discord, I explained the new entry near 87,000 once I saw the SPX turning upward with the MACD crossing above the signal line. At that point, Bitcoin itself still looked weak. It had not even printed the second green momentum dot yet, which often marks the early stage of money flow, shifting into the green and forming a positive divergence. Once both the SPX and the Russell started pushing higher, I had enough confirmation to scale into the position again. But once the position is in healthy profit, I always lock in protection. I place a tight stop close to entry to safeguard the account. Right now, I operate mostly with stablecoin margin setups. In the past, I preferred inverse Bitcoin contracts because they offered far stronger upside when trades worked well. But in these current conditions, capital preservation outweighs everything else. Looking at the liquidity heat map, conditions remain extremely active. On the short-term views like the 3-day chart, both sides are competing aggressively. For the long side, significant clusters sit between 85.2 and 82,000. For the short side, clusters form between 89.2 and 90.6 thousand. On the 1-week heat map, one side clearly dominates. And this time, it is the short side, with a large liquidity pocket near 90,000 holding roughly 365 million in position size. How long that liquidity stays untouched is something the market will reveal soon. Checking the Bitcoin spot ETF flows, yesterday ended with a negative net of around 151 million, even though Fidelity added 15.5 million. Most of the large issuers reduced exposure for the day. On the macro front, we are starting to see signs of easing tensions in the Ukraine region. Reduced geopolitical stress typically improves risk appetite, and that could help lift global markets after nearly 3 years of uncertainty since the escalation in early 2022. I will continue updating you daily. Join the free Discord for real-time insights. Don't forget to leave a comment, it really helps the channel get more reach. Click the like button if you got value from this video. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. And see you in the next one.